this, ladies and gentlemen, a travesty, an outrage, a highway robbery.
That was one of the worst Olympic decisions I've ever seen in my life.
Sick and tired of watching these fighters that put everything on the line. They get in the ring, they come out of the ring with less of themselves physically than they had when they went in. And this gets done to them by a bunch of cowards at ringside that never took a punch in their life.
Tyson Cave has a family and children that could cost him $100,000, $200,000 down the line losing this fight.
Reffing and judging in combat sports has been the head of controversy since the very beginning, and sometimes it feels as though it has been getting worse and worse. In a sport like MMA and boxing, where 2 losses can completely destroy your career, this is where poor judging and poor reffing can really ruin an athlete's life. But it appears like in 2025 there may be a solution to this problem once and for all.
Hi, I'm the first ever AI boxing judge, and I'm here to bring fairness to the ring.
Saudi Arabia introduced the first AI boxing judge for the second fight between Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk, and it was reported that AI boxing judges will officially be used in the year 2025. But now the question is this the right solution to the biggest problem that we've been having in combat sports? Saudi Arabia introduced the world's first artificial intelligence boxing judge, and of course when this was unveiled there was a ton of controversy, because it is a robot after all. Are there ways to cheat the system? Are there ways to code in the system to make one fighter win? And of course it even has me putting on my conspiracy theorist cap and wondering about all the possibility of things that could go wrong with using this type of system. There is no doubt about it, judging in combat sports is a major issue and has been a major issue for a very, very long time. But is artificial intelligence the right solution for this problem? Well, I think this first test run of this judge for the Usyk and Fury fight gave us a lot of good signs on how this would go. Very recently, Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk fought for the second time in a very close, highly competitive fight, where Usyk remained the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world via unanimous decision. Although it seems like the majority of people out there agree with the decision, some people felt as though the fight was still close enough to where it could have swung the other direction in Tyson Fury's favor. But what did the AI judge think? As a fourth judge on this scorecard, the AI judge scored the bout 118-112 in favor of Alexander Usyk. Now this may be very vindicating for the fans of Alexander Usyk who felt that he had rightfully won this fight. In my personal opinion, it is a clear indication that AI should not be judging fights. This fight was definitely a lot closer than what their scorecard read, and as you can see, they only gave Tyson Fury 2 rounds of the entire fight. Not to mention, how often do we really see 10-10 rounds? Judges never really score rounds of 10-10. Somebody always gets around, whether it's on ring generalship, whether it's on just volume, or maybe even on significant strike landing. But I think the AI judge giving 2 10-10s in one fight when we hardly ever see 10-10s at all is a little bit suspect. But again, like I was saying, this judge only gave Tyson Fury 2 rounds of this entire fight, and I don't think anybody on the planet, even if you're the biggest Alexander Usyk fan, I don't think you only gave Tyson Fury 2 rounds. So now that makes me wonder, how does this really work? Are there ways to cheat the system? This whole AI judging thing kind of makes me think of something like, back in my day, Sonny, we used to play a system called the Wii. But in the Wii, there was a boxing game that you could play, and the way to cheat the system, you just roll your arms really fast, and it throws like 100 punches a second, you can easily knock out every person in the game. How does the AI know what is an actual attempted strike versus a feint? How does the AI factor in significant strikes? Because if you just barely tap someone and then someone else lands a very significant strike on you, do they count as the same in the AI system? Is the AI going to factor in ring generalship, pressure, and all these other factors that come into judging? And how significant are each of these factors when taking into account the AI's judging? I personally think AI judging is a terrible idea for boxing and for combat sports. I think there are going to be ways that you can cheat the system. I think a good example of taking advantage of the system would be when Sugar Ray Leonard would focus on defense and not get hit for the entire round, and at the very end of the round he would shoe shine and throw out very fast flashy combinations in the last 10 seconds to steal the round. But since then, judges have kind of caught on to that and they don't score that as heavy as they used to. But can something similar to that be used to cheat this AI system? Is it a good idea to keep the judges on their toes and make sure they're not trying to fix fights? Yes, for sure, it's definitely a good idea. But should it be actually used in scoring fights? I just don't think so. I think instead of just jumping to technology whenever we have a problem, we should really start investigating the judges more often. Start calculating and keeping track of their scorecards and seeing how they're scoring, what they're scoring. Sit these guys down and talk to them more and see, this was a weird round. It was very clear to this guy, but you gave it to the other guy. Why did you score it this way? The problem is, I just don't think there's a system that's really sitting these judges down, testing their knowledge. I just think there are so many other routes that we could take to fix this issue. issue other than just jumping to an AI system. I personally just think there's too many possibilities of different ways you can cheat the system. But of course, I'm curious to see what you all think. How did you score this Usyk versus Fury fight in comparison to the AI judge? Because my scorecard was a hell of a lot closer than the AI's. And let me know if you think completely switching to AI judges is a good thing or a bad thing. Of course, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. As always, I thank you all so much for the support, and I'll catch you in the next video.